I'm gonna be round my vegetables. I'm gonna chow down my vegetables. I love you most of all, my favorite vegetable.
Garden Dude here with my friend Rob. Rob lives on a beautiful bunch of acreage out here in this climax species live oak grove, and unfortunately live oak groves tend to attract gophers. So Rob here has become quite expert in getting gophers, and he's going to show us a particular trap that he likes today. Is there anything you want to say about gophers, Rob?
They're not my friend. I moved out here and tried to coexist with them for the first year, and then I gave up, and now it's outright war. I put in plants and they come, and just like in Caddyshack, they disappear down the hole and they're gone the next day. And so what I try to do is just contain them around my property, and if they cross the magic line they're gone. But they can live on the outside of the line.
So who's winning?
I am winning, but I will never win the war. I win a few battles, but the war is going to be forever.
Okay.
It will never end.
It's a classic guerrilla war.
Right.
Tell me what we're seeing here.
Well, this is a fresh termite pile, and I can tell because the ground, it's really soft and powdery, which means it was done in the last couple of hours or overnight. And it means that what the gopher is digging a tunnel and using the excess dirt and pushing it above ground. If I were to do this, I would be able to find the hole pretty quick by just putting my fingers in. I can feel around, dig down, and I've got the hole open already. I can do that again over here. They usually come up and push the ground up, so you can tell that the hole is, they do it in sort of a half moon circle, and then you're able to go dig in here, and usually what I do is I just start to pull it apart until I can get into where they are.
So you expose the tunnel and then you put the trap in?
Yes, I do. And the challenge sometimes is that if you have deep soil, they'll come up with a tunnel, but if you have shallow soil like I do, the rock is right underneath. What ends up happening sometimes is I break the tunnel up, and therefore if I put this trap in there, I'm only doing one side. So sometimes what you want to do is open it wide up and get to the lateral, and then when you get to the lateral, you're able to put the trap in both directions, and then you're going to get them.
Oh, great. Okay, start again.
Down here is where I dig, and then I finally find it, and then you can put your hand in there and you can feel all the way down into the tunnel. And then what I do with this trap, this is called the gopher cinch, and what it does basically is the gopher goes through here with his nose and pushes this back, and when he pushes it back, it triggers the whole series of events, and then what happens is the gopher is cinched inside of there. Now I have one in the ground, so what I do is I go like this, I put it down, then I go 90 degrees with the first one, 90 degrees with the second one, and then I take this and put it there we go, like that. And then there you go, and you can see when the gopher puts his nose in there and pushes this thing back, he pushes it back, pushes it back, pushes it back. And there you go.
Do you know what they call this kind of trap?
It's called a gopher cinch.
Cinch.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I like about this one is that it's immediate, and it's the most humane way to catch a gopher because they're crushed instantly, as opposed to the McCabe, which has the two prongs that go in their side. I don't think that they're killed right away. I think that it's painful and long. So this is immediate. Probably 90% of the times you get them right away. Once in a great while, they don't have their whole body in there. They might have an arm in there only. And then what I do is I just go over and I slam a rock on top of them, so I help put them out of their misery. So all you do with this guy is you just stick it right in the hole here like this, just like that, and you walk away. And then I can show you what it looks like when it's triggered.
And this way you don't have to use any poison?
No poison at all.
And
No.
So this is your favorite trap then? You don't use any other kinds of traps?
No, this is my favorite trap, and the reason is because I can walk around and I can see that it's been triggered. And then I'll show you, I don't ever have to touch the dead gopher. It just drops right out. I'll show you that.
Well, let's go look for one that's worked.
Okay. This is one that was triggered last night, and I haven't pulled it out now. I'll pull it out right now. You can see it's disengaged right here. So all you do is pull it out, and there's your gopher.
Oh.
All dirty.
Okay, so it looks like it really did just do him in really quick.
Yeah, it wraps right around his head. And then the great thing about it, you can see his teeth right there. He's got some big teeth.
That's what he's eating your food with.
But what I'm able to do is, instead of having to touch it, all I have to do is pull this back like I was setting the thing, and it drops right out.
Nice.
And what I do is I just put it out in the field, and I let the turkey buzzards come and take it away. And it's usually a couple hours, and they're gone, so they're being recycled.
It sounds very organic.
Yeah. And there it is.
That's an easy one.
Right there, you can. It keeps getting softer and softer, you know, when you hit. But I usually take a stick and ram it in there like this. I'll show you. So what I do is I dig in here a little bit to try to figure if it goes too deep, and I don't have to destroy all my landscape to get to it. The gopher holes tend to do turns for no reason. They don't go straight. They turn around. And so sometimes when you put the gopher thing in there, you hit a dead end because they made a turn. And so you've got to dig it up until you can get enough of a straightaway to put the trap in.
Sounds like that's a gopher strategy for foiling predators.
I have no idea. I think they just don't have a compass. I don't know. So that's what you do. And then you just put this in here like that. Sometimes you want to do it the other way too, if you could find the continuation of the hole, so that way you get it from both angles.
All right.
And to smooth it all out so that you know when you come back that this is a gopher hole you already took care of. Because if you have too many old mounds, you're not going to know where the new ones are, and you're also not going to be able to distinguish which ones you've already done.
Good tip.
So you want to smooth it out like that, and that way. Now sometimes you try to get the gopher and you're just not successful. You leave it in there for a day and it doesn't happen. So what I do is I come back, I abandon it. I just don't go after it anymore. I smooth it back out, and then sometimes the next day you'll see in that same area the new holes he popped up, and so you know he's there. And then you start going full force to get them. And you're going to find more than one hole mound. If you've got an active gopher, you'll find 3 or 4 mounds within a few hours. They work quickly.
Great.
Love you like a fresh vegetable. So tell me if you love Tony Rebel. Me love you like a fresh vegetable. So tell me if you love Tony Rebel. Because you want to let me Romeo and me say down love lady to and we are one go. And I love you girl and me can't get over to, so make me tell you something when you want to know. Love you like vegetable. So tell me if you love Tony Rebel. And me love you like a fresh vegetable. So tell me if you love Tony Rebel. Watch me now, so if it is no, I see them don't say so. But if it is yes, I want you say it the best. And